everybody, Logan here from Red Bandana Gaming, and we've got, who wants to introduce themselves first?
I mean, we can flip a coin.
Fine, don't do it. You know what? Miami Geeks, we got Punisher 305. You started.
Oh, yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Punisher 305 from the Miami Geeks in the house. That's pretty much what I got. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's what you got? My name's Nick. I go by ClickToEnlarge. I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/ClickToEnlarge. You know, the regular shooters, Apex Legends, Call of Duty, and everything and anything in between. So thank you, Red Bandana, for having me on.
Did you just call me Red Banana?
Red Banana, thank you for having me.
That sounds like my banana was bruised. Already starting out with,
Noise.
Cool. What's up, homies? My name is Joey. I run Ninja Toitles on Instagram. I specialize in Ninja Turtle themed enamel pins, artwork, working with artists throughout the whole world. Yeah, super stoked to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Awesome. Thank you guys for being here. And this is our inaugural. We're going to go with pronouncing it really incorrectly. RedE2Start Podcast. So we will be doing this. We're weekly, bi-weekly. We haven't decided, but we're going to see how this runs. So today we're going to talk about all kinds of great nerd and gaming and geek podcasting stuff that you talk about on these things. Right, guys? Right?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
assumption.
So we've got a few topics that we're going to touch on, but we're going to start out with the most important one. The most important one. That's the new Ninja Turtles movie.
Oof.
New Ninja Turtles movie.
All right.
And my big thing is, I want to hear from this guy down here.
Oh, I'm going last, dude. I'm letting all you guys talk first.
No.
No.
We already decided.
He's setting his cards up for this.
You going first?
I see how it is.
You going first?
So what do you want? My overall, my opinion, my first thoughts.
Whatever you want to say. I just want to hear
Dude,
it.
I don't care what anyone says, man. I'm stoked for it, dude. Now, do I know if it's going to be great? No, I have no clue, man. I am super excited for it, dude. I'm excited for the change in direction with art, dude. I'm excited how I know one guy that's on here is going to cry about how Donatello sounds like a little girl. Like, dude, they're teenagers, man. They're teenagers. This is the first time
aren't
ever.
Aren't they preteens?
They sound like preteens.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
They're called.
I have an opinion on why they might
sound like they're
like
8 or 9. So,
But my
I
point
got an
is
opinion
that-
on why they sound that way, but that's a whole different podcast.
But my point is that this is the first time they've ever had teenage actors do the voice. If you think about that, it's been adults.
No, absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
The cartoon, the movies, all the cartoons, every movie they've ever made, it's always been adults, dude. So like seeing these like no-name kids, like I love that idea. Like, you know, obviously every other name is a huge name, right? And I was like, man, they could have easily done the same thing with the kids, right? They could have. I mean, I don't know any like famous like kid actors these days, but like they could have easily gone down the rabbit hole and been like, who's like the 4 hottest kids right now that could like voice the turtles? And they didn't. They picked up no-name kids.
That's what I was thinking. Pick all the Stranger Things, but
Yeah,
they're
right.
all in their 20s now. So
Right. So I mean, they picked no-name kids. Again, it's just the introductory trailer, dude. Like, it's going to be I like that it's like an all-star cast because I think the support is going to be there. I think it's going to be fun, dude. Like, you know, also as like a father, dude. Like, my daughter's 7 years old, man. Like, I showed her the trailer and she flipped out, right? Like, she's like, "Is this out now?" Like, she cannot wait to see it. And the thing is I'm going to say the people who are butthurt, dude, are the people who cannot get over they don't like change. They want it to look just like it did in the 80s. You have to get over that and realize that this is not intended for you. This is not made for you. People like to say like, well, we're the ones who are going to buy the toys and we're the ones who are going to invest all this money. Dude, so are the parents of the kids that are going to see this. Yeah. Like my old man bought every single Ninja Turtle toy for me when I was a kid, right? My dad
isn't that the same thing they said about Rise? And nobody bought Rise. Rise crashed and burned.
Right, Rise should have done a lot better, dude. It should have done a lot better. That was a huge different take. I think it should have done. I think it should have done a lot better than it did. But here's the thing: it's still they changed the formula. I think too much on Rise, where people are like, I can't do this. Right?
Yeah,
they were mad.
That's what I did. I gave it a shot.
Yeah.
I personally gave it a shot, but I was like, I got through I think about 5 or 6 episodes. I even bought it on DVD, and I went, I can't do this. I mean, it was too goofy. It was just goofy.
Now, have you had a chance to watch the Rise movie on Netflix?
No, I'm not even. I don't like Rise. Like I really tried. And
I would recommend giving it a shot because you don't have to
Yeah.
watch the series like whatsoever. You don't have to watch the cartoon to like watch the like the standalone movie that they made.
Mhm.
Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone's probably thinking, well, like, well, yeah, this guy runs Ninja Toitles. This guy drinks the Kool-Aid. Like he's gonna watch everything Ninja Turtles, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I may not like it, dude, but I'm gonna always give it a chance, right? Like you never know. Like, what
Hey, I did that with the
capabilities-
Bay Turtles. I don't
What?
hate the Bay Turtles.
I kind of hate the Bay Turtles. I'm close to hating it. But
I
here's
say the
thing, man.
second one I hated the most. The first one I actually enjoyed it. Just saying.
See, that's funny because
I like the second one better.
So Click
I
to
like the
Enlarge
second
and I
one
went to
better,
go
too.
see both of them, and I think we liked the second one more because they had like Bebop and Rocksteady.
Bebop and
Ninja
Rocksteady
were the
were
best.
chef's kiss good.
They were
Okay,
the best.
okay.
They really
But
were
here's
the
the
best
thing,
in that
man.
one.
So when Click to Enlarge and I left, right, as we're leaving the theater together here in Chicago, dude, we turn around, man, and there's this family coming in, dude, with like a bunch of kids, dude, flipping out, like excited to see the movie, right? Like, if you remember, Click, like they were dressed up. They had like bandanas. Some of the kids had like little weapons and stuff. Like
That's
They
fucking.
were
That's
ex-
adorable. That's
they
adorable.
were excited, man. Now here's the thing. You're right. Rise didn't do that well. There's a lot of kids that liked it, man. But yeah, dude, no adults liked it whatsoever. Like nobody backed that up. I think they did a shit job with the toys. Like I picked up a couple of those.
Yeah.
Like those were just like
I have the
Huge
toys
grab.
where half of them aren't even painted. Like
Sure.
Jeez,
like
really?
half the parts aren't even.
I mean, honestly, I'm starting to think that with a lot of toys that are coming out, that a lot of companies aren't like putting as much detail as they used to for those kind of things. But again, I'm not comparing it to like the toys of the '80s. I mean, if those toys came out now, they'd be shit. You know what I mean? But they weren't to shit to us when we were
Well,
kids. I feel like.
Well, if you look at it now, even the new releases, because I have them sitting back here, I have the re-release of Shredder and Leatherhead. I passed up the Bebop and Rocksteady because they're so poorly painted compared
Yeah.
to the ones that we had. Like Bebop, Rocksteady only had green pants. He didn't have the camo.
Sure.
None of his wristbands or anything. None of that was painted. And it was and
It's super
Bebop's
lazy.
face was so pink. It was not like the original where it was blended. Nah, they
Yeah.
were terrible. And
Yeah.
that's why I only bought these two. But and the
And that's
fact
another
that they
thing I
didn't
think-
even make Donatello for the pizza tossing turtles.
Yeah, that makes no sense. That makes
Yeah.
no sense.
I can't
think,
find a
though,
reason.
I think though too, I have not seen Spider-Verse, but I know a
Really
lot of
good.
people who like really enjoy
Really
Spider-Verse, and everyone's like, dude, it looks just like it, and they're smart.
Yeah.
Like
It does.
they're changing up the animation. They're hooking a lot of people in who are like, why does this feel familiar? Like even though no one's seen a turtle movie in this animation, and I think it's because of how well Spider-Verse did. And I could be completely wrong. That's just a guess of mine. I don't know. I could be
Spider-Verse did
off.
very well, but it made me sick. The animation, the lack of frames, and how it does that weird juddering
Oh,
skip
kind of
frame.
like the
Yeah,
stop
It's more-
motion
I never get
stutter that you got.
Like it's,
Yeah, but that motion stutter made me sick. And seeing
Interesting.
this, I'm like, oh my god!
Oh, man.
So there's a chance I may not go see it in theaters because I don't want to get sick. When I walked out of Spider-Verse, I was lightheaded and I almost wanted to throw up because
Oh
of the,
wow.
yeah. So
I see.
and I wasn't the only one who knew that. Like a number of my friends said the same thing,
Sure.
and I was like, wow, that's weird.
Yeah. So I
So-
mean, again, maybe it is because of my passion and love for the turtles, but like I'm always going to give shit a chance. I'm always going to give it a try. Like I say this now, and then we can talk in August, and I could be like, dude, it didn't deliver to like what I wanted, right? But I know right now I'm going to take my daughter, dude, and like at 7 years old, whether it sucks or not, I'm sure she's going to flip out. Like she's going to love it. Like she's watched the 2012 Turtles. She's watched Rise. She's enjoyed. Like I think she really enjoys the animation of Rise, to be honest, and how fast stuff moves on that compared to everything else. But like in all honesty,
It felt like Teen Titans Go.
I'm not
Never
that
even
familiar
seen
with
it.
that, but I think I know
Okay,
what you're
yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
I know of
The
it.
animation is very cringe, and that's how
Yeah.
I feel about the Rise animation. Was just, especially the way they did Splinter. I hated that. Like
Sure.
they made me hate it just watching Splinter, and I was just
Yeah.
like,
But you
So-
know, that was another thing too. Is again, I'm glad Click to Enlarge is on here. We'll see what he says. But like, we went to C2E2 a couple years ago here in Chicago, and we're parked in the parking lot. We're pre-gaming in the car before we go walk in, and Click to Enlarge throws his iPad on the dash in the car, and we watched some episodes of Rise, and I think he was shocked to see how many Easter eggs were in that show. Like we
Lot
were
of
watching
Easter eggs.
episodes, man. Like we talked about, there's this one character, Alberto, which I'm obsessed with in Rise because he's an animatronic from a pizza joint in one of the episodes of Rise, and it was such a throwback to like Showbiz Pizza from back in the day.
wow.
So I mean, there's lots of Easter eggs, at least that I caught. Now,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong,
tons.
I haven't watched the full first season. I've never seen an episode of the second season, But from the little that I did watch, I enjoyed it. But obviously, I must not have enjoyed it that much because I never finished it.
Right.
I was
What did you
enjoying
think
from
about
what
the
we saw.
2012 series?
Love the 2012 series, dude.
Yeah. It's now, if you were going to categorize them, I know we're going off a little bit, but I wanted to ask you this.
Dude, let's go,
if you
baby.
can categorize all the TV series from best to worst being, loose, because none of them were awful. I don't like Rise, but I wouldn't say it's awful. So what would you say is your favorite to your least favorite?
I'm gonna, dude. This is totally going against the grain here. The only good part of 1987 Ninja Turtles is season 1. I think it goes in the shitter instantly, dude. Instantly.
You know what?
The animation, like try watching it, man.
I'm going to say I disagree, but I agree.
You're going to lie to yourself and be like, "Oh, this is great, dude." The animation changes drastically from
when
season
it
1
went from
to season 2.
syndication to ABC, and Michelangelo lost his nunchucks because of the UK and all that other stuff. That I agree. Now, another thing I will say, once they just started pushing the toys, they just used the show to push more toys. That's when I believe it went down to
That's
the pooper.
that's 80s, 90s in a nutshell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the first few seasons didn't push toys like the last few seasons. It was just new character every episode to get you to buy new toys. And even I learned that as a kid. I saw that. I was like, oh, these are just the new toys. These are the new toys.
They got pretty ridiculous, but I mean,
yeah.
But
they're
as
pretty
a kid,
great.
I fucking loved it, dude. Like I was
The
all
whole
about it. I was like,
Surfer edition series that they had, and like,
Joey, I want to ask you before you tell me your second favorite. How old are you?
39.
Oh, same age. Okay, we're the same age. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your second favorite?
So I mean, here's the thing, though. Like,
Well,
again,
which
if
way
I'm
are you
gonna-
going?
I don't even know, dude. Because again, the original in '87 is dope. But like I said, after like I bought the whole box DVD set, and I tried to watch season 2, and I was like, I don't even want to watch this, dude. Like, but I'll tell you what, dude. I will watch season 1, which is what, like 6 episodes, I think.
Right.
It's nothing.
Take
I will
it.
watch that and repeat the rest of my life, dude. Like that, like means so much to me. Like I don't know the way that was done. I loved it. So I guess I would stick to '87 because that's what hooked me as a kid. That's what I grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
I never gave the 2000. Is it 2004 or 2005?
2002.
2002. I never gave that a chance. So I would say I would say my number 2 is probably 2012.
Okay.
And again, I mean, I would just say I like Rise more than 2002 just because I haven't watched it, right? Like I don't
Okay.
really know much about it. Like at that time, I mean, 2002, I think I'm like 18. I probably wasn't that much into like watching Turtles
Yep.
again, honestly, at that point. I feel like I was into Turtles as a kid, slowly got out of it, and then fucking living with ClickToEnlarge for a couple years, and we fucking nerded out, dude. Like I got back into it back in like 2009, 2010.
That's the same thing I did, but I got into it before you did, because I was working at GameStop in 2002, and then the games came out, and then I started buying the games, and then went back and watched the cartoon that was still on TV,
Sure.
and then I realized 2002 was really good until the last couple seasons, especially the one where they went in time. That was rough. That was rough. That was what killed it.
Sure.
That was what killed it. That's interesting. That was one of my big questions for. I was like, if I ever got to meet this guy.
Yeah, that's it, dude.
but
So yeah,
you know,
like I said, man, overall, dude, for the new one, I'm excited, dude. I like how different it is, to be completely honest. And but again, we'll see what happens in August.
I think
Alright.
I think Joey hits like all the marks with everything. You know, it's made for kids. I totally agree with him. Yeah, of course, I don't like that Donnie sounds like a girl. Okay,
Well,
that
Raph
doesn't
sounds
mean
like a little.
it doesn't mean I'm not going to go and see it. You know,
Yeah.
Raph sounds terrible. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't. He sounds too babyish. Even as a kid that age, you teenager, he doesn't sound
like I
Raph-ish.
said though, I feel like it's
And Raph's my boy.
pre-teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I think
Yeah.
they might have done that on purpose to carry over to do a sequel. And
If
depending
if
on
it
how
makes
good
a
this
sequel.
movie goes,
Yeah.
then they might be a little bit older and more
Well, they did this-
mature teen age.
Remember, they
Mutant
set up the Bay Turtles to do multiple movies. They had planned a trilogy and then killed it after the second one because I'm sorry to say this, but I have a feeling this might go the same way. We might get 2 of them, and then people are going to go like, "Yeah, I'm done."
Ninja. Yeah, I mean, I bet you there's going to be a ton of Easter eggs for everybody. I feel like when we see it, when we watch it, we have to really keep an eye out because there's going to be only a few seconds there where it's like just going to be loaded with Easter eggs. I'm pretty sure it's going to go that route. The animation, yeah, I think it looks fine, you know, and like you said, if it, you know, for a situation like
the character
you getting
design,
sick,
the character design. I don't like what they did with Raph. I hate the whole head bandana thing. It bothers me. For you guys who probably don't know this, Red Bandana Gaming. I'll give you one guess. The source of that name.
Michelangelo.
Bingo.
But I think what's funny though is like people are like, where'd this bullshit come from? And then people think it came from Rise, but they don't even realize.
Pre-Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right, when you look at like the original comics, dude, he was rocking that bandana, but people don't
there was a short-lived series in one of the, I think it was the 3 books that they did originally, which I have. It was 3 or 4, and there was a short series that was called Pre-Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they all had those bandanas. Later on, he readapted it, but he didn't keep it forever.
Sure.
So, but you probably already know this. Have you read all the comics? Or as much as probably could?
On and off, probably not, dude. Like I mean, on and off all over the years. And to be honest, I've been obsessed with reading comics on my iPad lately, so I've been catching up with a lot of stuff. And a lot of the new stuff, like the new Saturday morning ones, I've been obsessed with. Like that's as if you, right?
Don't get me started with all these. I have a stack this big. I just spent $166 the other day at the comic book store of all Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. And now that they're doing a Ninja Turtles Power Rangers 2, I bought all the variant covers.
Yeah.
Of course, you guys can see it's my.
Speaking of with Power Rangers, like Saban, like I have like one of the series. They did a Ninja Turtles like series.
Yeah, I think that was awesome.
Yeah, and
I loved it. It was bad, but I loved it.
It wasn't that bad.
The next mutation.
Yeah.
Oh, and they brought Venus back. Now she's a Frankenstein thing.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, in the comic.
In the comic. Okay.
You're right. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't. It was better than
really
Rise.
as good as the Christmas special. You know that was amazing.
Nothing beats the pepperoni.
I did a whole podcast episode with Ready to Retro on that, dude, and we tore the whole thing apart for like an hour, and it was we couldn't even finish it.
I'm gonna tell you, I know all the words to every song from the Coming Out of the Shows tour.
That's awesome.
Every word to every song is probably my most listened to album of all time. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not embarrassed. And if anybody has a problem, I actually have them sitting back over here in a box. Don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I'll fight you. I'll fight you.
And there's some when they were like promoting that tour, like the real live one. Mm-hmm. Joey, didn't you send me some real strong cringe moments from like Oprah? They were like kind of Oprah or something.
I saw that on TV.
It's really bad interviews, dude. It's really uncomfortable. They talk about like Bone in April. They talk about like an
those weren't the words they used, but it was weird.
Relationship, I think is what he said.
Oprah asked about it.
Yeah.
It was weird.
All right.
I was watching
they pan to the kids in the crowd, and they're just like,
"Yep, that's how I was when I was watching." I was like,
"Oh gosh, it's too much."
We're gonna give her an exclusive interview, guys.
But I actually have a story about that. I was supposed to go when I was a kid. I remember my mom's boyfriend at the time had got me the tickets, and we were supposed to go. He bought the tickets, and they weren't cheap. And my mom was like, "Nope, you misbehaved. You're not going." And then. Yes, I was so upset.
You never misbehaved again, did you?
No, I was worse. I was like, "Oh, you want to see bad?" And for like, I don't know, weeks, I was like Satan incarnate. I was terrible. Wow. And all I did was cry and misbehave, and then I got over it. But still, it took a long time. It still scars me to this day. The scar right here, which you can't see. No. Okay, so yeah, we've talked about that enough. I can go on. We can make this entire episode about it, but let's go on before we talk about. And I have to change everything to just the Ninja Turtles podcast.
That's next episode. You let me know.
Hey, we can do that again. We should do one where we all play the Ninja Turtles game together. That would be epic.
Oh, that'd be cool. We could do that.
Yeah, because I have it on every platform, literally. Speaking of platforms, We're talking about the Nintendo Switch, the Switch 2, the Super Nintendo Switch, the Super Switch, the Switchity Switch. I don't know what
Pro,
we're going to call it.
or Switch
Super
X,
Switch Pro. The Switch Box, the Switch Box Series X.
The S2. I don't know. Just go with it.
The SS. Super Switch. SS.
Super Switch 2.
Why did my
Night
other
People
computer
Power
shut off?
again.
Oh, what is it doing? Oh. Okay, never mind. My other computer went off. But we're not talking about that. See, this is what happens. All right, so what do you guys think about the new Switch? Do you think it's going to happen? When? Where? Why? How? Do you even care?
I personally think it might happen, but I think it's going to come in a time too late when nobody cares, and they're just going to want to see something brand new. No more Switch. They're going to want to see something that they're like, okay, we already had the Switch. Awesome. What? We're going to bring out the Switch 2 that's going to be fully HD 1080p that you can carry around. Cute. Nobody's going to probably want to budge on it unless they throw in something special in there. But they already did the whole Switch as all together, the Switch Lite, and then they have the Switch OLED. Everyone's going to be kind of getting tired already of the Switch as it is. It's everywhere. Anybody can buy it. So the Switch 2, personally, I think there's going to be a couple people that might buy it, even some that they're like, mine broke and they just want to get the new Switch. There you go. You want to get the Switch on 1080p one for sure.
How many Switch games do I have?
Oh my!
Too many.
Have you guys seen that video?
Oh, I've seen.
I saw that video, man. It's a red wall.
600.
It's a red wall.
Physical Switch games. So I would like to have my next Switch backwards compatible.
They're talking about a little bit of an issue that Nintendo might. They say they might not be able to do it now.
Yeah,
I was
the Nvidia
watching
thing because of the Tegra.
Yeah.
Because of
which
what?
Man,
The Tegra, the
that
actual
hardware
graphics chip.
and Ninja Toitles have heard me say this so many times. That hardware was already like 2-3 years old.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When they released the Switch, and so now if you tack on
because it was in the Nvidia
Switch,
Shield,
which
came out in 2015.
Oh my gosh! So there you go. I mean, just do the math. Like it's
we're
been out
on 8 years now. If you
and
go
I
by
see
the Shield,
they have like Nvidia has like this like special, like if you're playing Splatoon 3, like they have this special upscaling, but when you're walking around the town center, it's like 20 frames per second. Like it's rough. Like certain like the newer games are starting to show its age, but for the most part, I think Nintendo's done a really good job with it.
Like Fire Emblem Engage has had its issues. I've seen some graphical hiccups, and it could be better at this point in time, but it's time. To me, I really think it's time. I think we need to skip a Pro. I think we need a new hardware, a new system, a new Nintendo system, which can still have Switch playability, or we get a brand new system, brand new Nintendo system, new hardware, everything, and then the Switch Lite carries over, or a new version of the Switch Lite as the handheld. But I think Nintendo wants to do the hybrid thing from here on out, so they don't have to make twice as much or two different types of games for different hardware. But I think it would be smart to have a Switch Lite successor and then the brand new console, so you're still running on the success that is the Switch. But who knows? Nintendo is always
re-release or 2024 release. What are we thinking?
I'm thinking 2024.
I'm thinking 2024 holiday.
Yep. I think we're going to hear something at E3 or Gamescom next year. Not E3.
That's a possibility.
E3 next year, Gamescom next year. Yeah.
All right, I'll give it that much. Most likely, yeah.
I'll be shocked if I've drank the Nintendo Kool-Aid. I personally don't think they're the greatest company. I have opinions on that for certain reasons here and there, but that we don't have to get into. But I mean, their IPs are so good, and we've grown up with these games. Mario, man, I didn't want to like Mario Odyssey. That game was phenomenal.
That game
didn't want to like it.
It's
dude.
fun.
Initially, remember, I was kind of like,
everyone's so fucking negative, man. Everybody wants to shit on shit before they even give it a shot.
no, but that was good. I'm waiting for a new Star Fox.
Oh,
Or fix Star Fox Zero. Terrible.
That's what I was gonna say.
Controls, and just kind of fix it up a little bit. And I
It's one
tried.
of the few Wii U games they haven't brought over.
Yeah, I mean, I bought it, I played it, and I tried really, really hard to get used to the controls, and when I thought I was getting used to the controls, which was near the end of the game, I could not beat the last boss. I was like, you know what, I can't do this.
Speaking of that, not to go off topic too far, but did you hear about what's happening to Wii U's? If for people who haven't played them, they're booting them up, and then now it's getting a black screen of death with an error, and the system won't boot. And it's been reported over and over and over. I'm afraid to play my.
I haven't played mine for a while.
I got mine somewhere back there. I don't know.
Yeah, mine's on a shelf in the game room. So.
Oh no. Well, you're gonna have to turn it on and report back.
Yeah, I'll probably do that
But I think
tomorrow.
That's what's funny is we're all talking about how we've had Wii's, we've had Wii U's, we have Switches, and then everyone's like, "Dude, I'm not gonna get a new Switch." Bullshit. Well, you're all gonna get.
I'm gonna buy a new Switch. I'll be getting
all full of it, man.
I have to. There's no doubt about it. I have to.
I think we have 13 Switches in the house.
Well, you have like 3 PS5s, man.
So, I have one here, one in my game room, one in my bedroom.
3?
Yeah.
I got my one PS5 right over here with my Switch over here and whatever's back there.
I mean, good for you, dude. Honestly, that's impressive.
We did sell one Series X because my wife never opened it. Oh. We got 2 of the Halo ones, and then we sold it for like $700. Yeah. And I do have one Series X in my living room, one in my game room, and then right here I have a Series S. So.
How's that refrigerator, by the way?
It's crap. Really? It freezes up, like the refrigerator will freeze up, and then it'll cause a pool of water in the bottom of the fridge.
Inside of it?
Inside. And then when you open it up, it'll just kind of pour out. Ugh. So I have to, and even on the box it says not for extended use. I'm like, then what is it for? You plug it in, let it cool off, let it get cold, put your soda in, and unplug it?
Did you hear about the toaster thing that's been floating around?
That's my video for tomorrow. That's my video for tomorrow. I recorded one for today, but I was getting ready for this, so I put up a short and everything, but that's going to be one of my videos for tomorrow.
Should be interesting.
Just because since I was out of town, I didn't get to do all this, so now I've got a backlog of videos to make. Yep, that's it. And will I get that toaster? Probably. And why is Microsoft coming out with a bunch of controllers, a bunch of nonsense?
They have the new green one now that's like, I don't know what they call it, atomic green?
Velocity green, which is due to arrive to my house tomorrow.
I was going to say to you, how many controllers do you have?
Too many. I've actually sold probably about a good 20 controllers. Jesus, because awesome. I buy them, unbox them, either return them, keep the ones that I really like, or trade in ones that I can't return. Because as of right now, only certain companies are asking me to review their product, but some of them sound a little shisty. So 2 companies have reached out to me recently, Play Vital and another one, and I can't remember who the other one was, but I just never got back to them, and I should. But yeah, too many controls. That's not what we're talking about. So okay, looks like everybody wants to see a Switch 2 or a Nintendo successor, and we're all going to buy it. We all know that.
I mean, yeah. I have to.
Punisher, you're like, dude, nobody's gonna want this, and you're like, yeah, bro, I'm getting it.
That's how it is. That's how it rolls. Yeah, everybody's like, oh, that's gonna be a crappy system. And you just sit with a tear in your eye, going, I'm buying it though.
Yeah.
midnight launch. Here's my money.
I guess the big question is because Nintendo always wants to innovate and always do something new. It's like, what is that going to be? And the question, I guess, goes back: is it going to be a Switch, or will it be called something else? I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, look,
if they learned anything
Super Nintendo Switch. That's my favorite.
Name it.
SENS, and just gonna add all the S's and Pro 2 somewhere on there. No, I mean it is. I mean, if you think about it, they went from the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, and then now we have the not the Switch,
the GameCube.
The GameCube, yes.
GameCube, Wii U.
Yeah, so they're gonna change the name eventually, somewhere on the line.
Maybe with that pattern Switch, something like you guys kind of mentioned.
Yeah. Well, if they keep the Switch, if they keep it as a Switch,
like you had mentioned.
But who knows? Because Nintendo loves making money, they may not even make it backwards compatible or whatnot. They might just make a brand new one and then repackage Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Plus, where you get everything in one package and then everybody buys it again.
They would be doing such a huge disservice to the fan base
but everybody
They
will
didn't
still
have
buy
a
it.
backward compatibility, but like if they don't, I'm gonna be like, yeah, well,
They might just push it online. I mean, right now they have the online service, which that's something totally different. I have my love and hates about it, but they might just say, they're like, you know what, you're paying for a subscription. We'll just put it online for you guys. You just put it on the new Switch, and there you go, boom, backwards compatibility. And then all you gotta do is buy the new stuff and play that. Their whole model is technically family fun. That's all they care about.
But
They
see,
don't care if
that's
it's
another
going to be
thing.
for one person. They
That's
just care
why
if it's going to be
Nintendo-
family playing.
What you just said is why
Yeah.
Nintendo will never go all digital,
They won't.
because kids and digital purchases and stuff like that, it's easier to buy a kid a video game that they can pop into a cartridge instead of always being
no
online.
bigger than
and needing a
SD
credit
card, technically.
Yeah, and they can swallow them.
Yeah,
Which
it tastes like butt, but yeah.
have you licked one? Have any of you
Yes.
guys licked the Switch card?
Yes.
I have.
oh,
I
a
did.
Switch card.
I did.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
the
dude.
only one who hasn't licked a Switch card.
Go lick
Look
your
at-
Switch card right now.
Oh,
You
I
have
hear you
600.
guys
dude,
sometimes-
they're not as bad, dude. Go lick one.
No, that's a memory card.
It's just super bitter, dude.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's,
Like,
it's,
I
it's
do have a
just-
Switch right here.
It tastes like
lick the
batter.
Switch. Lick the Switch and then the game. Slowly.
No.
Uh,
What game is in this one, actually, to be honest? I don't even know. Let's see. Oh, Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Don't get me started
This-
on that.
That's ClickToEnlarge's favorite Zelda game ever. Did you hear about that?
This is one of my 3 Switches I have available to play.
Right,
Have
Click?
that?
You're always yelling at me that I never played enough of that game, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
fucking loved it.
Oh yeah,
I never finished it. I'm not gonna lie, I never finished it.
I finished it on my Wii U. I
What?
did, but then I was done.
You played it on the Wii U?
Yeah, that's
I didn't know you finished it, dude.
yeah, that's when Breath of the Wild first came out. See, that's how old that game is already, dude.
Yeah, but
Right, it
why
was on
didn't you
the
get it
Wii
on the
U.
Switch? Yeah, it came
No,
out
I
on
never, because that game came out so late in the Wii U's lifespan, and then they ended up putting it on.
No,
you
they
know-
came out day and date on both consoles.
That's right, they did.
Because that was the first game I got for my Switch. This is my day one Switch. This is my day one Switch with my day one game in it. How crazy is that?
Ninja Toitles loves his OLED.
I have an OLED. I hate it because I got the Pokemon one and it looks like stupid butt.
Oh
With
man,
That orange and purple nonsense. I got it. I was like, oh wow, this thing's so cool. And then I realized, no, it's not. Plus the game sucks. So, but yeah, okay. Now we're gonna just move on to the next topic. What do you guys want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the Punisher, or do you want to talk about Xbox first?
oh,
I don't know. Whichever one you guys would like to choose.
I don't. You know,
I'm down for
I
either.
heard about the Punisher coming back. I did not look too much into it. And are they using the same actor?
Yes.
It is John Bernthal.
Because the first season of that show on Netflix was fantastic.
I haven't watched one episode. I hear it's awesome.
Dude,
It's
do yourself
really-
a favor
It is
and
the
watch
best
it.
of all the Netflix shows.
Just
Really?
do it.
It
It's
is
so
definitely
good.
the best.
And I
I
like
think I
what's
got
his name,
halfway
Johnny
through the
Personal
second.
Logan.
I got halfway through the second
That's,
season.
that's your
and
boy, Duel from Wolf of Wall Street, dude. Let him watch.
Let him watch.
Let him watch.
Let 'em watch.
I was like, wait, that's what's his name from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated him in Walking Dead, but love him. in
I didn't-
Walking
I
Dead.
didn't
Dude, I
really
wanted
like
to stop
him.
watching that show when he died. I was so mad.
See,
had
I
such
was
a boner
happy.
for that guy, dude. He was awesome.
I was like that for Boardwalk Empire from after second season after they got rid of my guy Normandy. I stopped watching that show after that. But that's a show that's
Oh, excuse me.
really different. But
Anyway.
yeah, I didn't really care for season 2 as much. I felt like it dragged a little too much, and I just felt so depressed watching it. So I made it about a little over halfway through it, and then I kind of just gave up on it, unfortunately. But
Not gonna lie, I do not remember any of the stories for any of the Netflix Marvel shows because it's been so long and the stories weren't memorable enough, even though they were pretty cool. All I gotta say is Iron Fist was the worst.
Yeah, Danny Rand. Yeah, no, it's okay. I don't want to
I've
watch
not
it.
seen Iron Fist.
Like, he wasn't a bad Iron Fist, but it was so poorly written. It was. And
Look.
then Defenders, I didn't even bother. I didn't even
Look.
bother with Defenders.
In Iron Fist, the only guy you got to watch in there is the Drunken Master in that series. That's it, and then just turn off the
remember
TV afterwards. He was
I
awesome.
only
That's
watched like 3 episodes though.
the Drunken Master is literally the dude from the Mortal Kombat movie, the one that's Scorpion that relates to Scorpion. No, is it? Yeah.
Wait, in the new Mortal Kombat?
They relates to Scorpion. The one that he has like a wood personality. He doesn't have like no persona. That people hated him, but the movie was fun.
The new movie, Mortal Kombat movie. We enjoyed
I actually enjoyed it. I
enjoyed it.
I just felt that this guy was kind of like bland. Like some parts, I was like, "Come on, man."
I don't like the fact that they're waiting to make Johnny Cage the main character of the second movie. But
Fuck Johnny
okay,
Cage,
that's
dude.
fine.
I hate that character.
Whoa!
Yeah, I do not like that character.
Whoa!
Either. I do
He's
not
my
like
favorite.
Johnny Cage.
He's such a
Johnny
joke.
Cage.
He's never
Johnny
funny,
Cage is
dude.
Scorpion.
You know who was funny in the new movie? You know who
Ed
owned
recorded.
that? You know who owned that movie was Kano, dude.
Kano made that.
Yeah.
Kano
movie,
was
dude.
great.
Yeah.
Kano made that movie. Yeah.
Kano
It was so cool.
freaking
We were
awesome.
watching it, and Ninja
Cool out that
Toitles
dirty.
sent the actor a message, and he freaking responded. We lost
Oh
our
yeah, that's
shit.
right. That was awesome.
We
What?
lost our shit. Yeah.
That's
the
awesome,
actor,
dude.
The actual actor.
So awesome.
Wow. The biggest person I think I ever had respond or like anything from mine was the lead singer to Three Doors Down.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't have any.
Pretty dope.
Oh no, JDF when he was still alive, and so did Jason Font. I forgot about that. The Red Time Force Ranger. So yeah, but okay, that has
I get
nothing to
no
do with this.
responses from anyone I send messages. Either men or women.
I respond.
I'm actually, I'm pretty glad that my wife responds back, and that's it. It's insane.
Yeah, they're busy. They're popular pages. I don't know. People just.
Well, you've got a few.
messages a day.
You've got a few. Well, I don't DM them. I don't DM anybody. It's message, comment on posts and stuff like that.
I mean, I have had like some content creators that I really like respond or like if I tag them in something that I post, and maybe they're related to it or whatever. Like they'll like it. I think that's kind of cool. I've had that. That's
Well, I've had a number of the big channels, a couple of them like RGT85
Nice.
and Camelot 331 both follow me, subscribe to my channel. I know I've kind of met the guys from Geeks and Gamers, especially Drunk 3PO. Like, apparently he saw me at MegaCon. He's like, "Oh yeah, I saw you." I was like, "Dude, why didn't you say anything?" And he was like, "Oh, I didn't want to bother you." I was like, So I'm actually trying to get him on this
that's
podcast.
nice. That'll be cool.
So
I say go full
hopefully if everything
Cuban
goes
and get in his face. Just do it.
from my understanding, he actually lives down the street from me. So
Oh, that's so funny.
a lot of the guys from Geeks and Gamers now live in my area.
That's awesome, dude.
So, but so yeah, okay. It looks like you guys haven't found out too much about Punisher. So the only thing that I've seen, he is going to be back, but he's going to be Disney-fied, just like they did with Daredevil. They turned him into a beta. I'm afraid they're going to do the same thing with Punisher.
First season.
But how much though?
Great.
Because I mean, if we're gonna go back, like Civil War, Civil War, when we got to see God, I'm so bad right now. I just blanked out. Excuse me. Freaking Cap's friend,
Winter Soldier?
Bucky. Yeah, that's when he
Yeah.
came out, right? In the Winter Soldier, when he came out, that he's just murdered Tony's parents. Cracked neck, beat the living crap out of his father and all that. I mean, there could be some some violence in there.
But think about when was the last time we saw anything like that?
I know that's been
Everything's
hot
been
minute.
Disney Plusified, and everything on Disney Plus, for the most part, I'm not going to say all of it, but for the most part, has been pretty rough this year.
I mean, let's see now, because right now we already got the news that Deadpool is going to be rated R.
That's
So-
bad, dude. That's
So
That is
there is
a
some
saving
hope.
grace. That
There's
is a
some
saving
hope right
grace.
there. That's all I'm gonna say.
I like
Like,
I like those.
Who made
It's going to be
Logan?
again. It's a Disney Plus TV show. He's going to be in
What?
a Disney Plus.
Oh,
Punisher
yeah.
is going to be in
Oh,
Daredevil, which is a Disney Plus TV show.
like Hallmark for Disney.
Who made
Heroes.
Logan? Was there a special director that made Logan?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Logan
but
was-
it was
really
still it was
good.
by Fox. It was by
Yeah.
Fox though. That's all I could
Doing
actually
Deadpool.
tell you. Deadpool was
Is it?
directed by Ryan
director?
Reynolds, right?
No.
No.
No, I think he's like producer though on it now.
I was just curious if it's the same guy who's going to be did the same guy make the first two and now the third Deadpool? Sorry, I'm going off track, but
No, the
Yeah, no,
director
that's
is
fine.
Sean
It
Levy,
all- Okay.
which
and
he
they're bringing
did.
Wolverine in, right? That's
what I'm
the
saying,
big
dude.
thing.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Well,
my
Sean
Marvel
Levy,
character
he's
slogan.
done.
All
Sean
my
Levy,
Wolverine
he's done
stuff.
Free Guy and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's done Free Guy. He did
Free
Night
Guy
at
was
Museum.
really
He's done like no other
I like
Marvel
Free
movies,
Guy.
right?
Well, not really. The only thing he's doing, the only Marvel movie I see right now.
He's kind of interesting. I like that.
Yeah, he did also on the Atom Project that was on Netflix, which is not too bad either. But this guy has a good history of flicks so far. Oh, he did Real Steel.
So he's
Not bad.
So they're using
Wow,
the same
Real
guy.
Steel.
Okay.
Whoa. I remember
Okay. Yeah, he has a good history. Some movies here at least.
Word.
All right, we can work with it.
that. Alrighty. So hopefully they don't Disneyfy it too much. That's all I can say.
As long as he doesn't shoot bubbles out of his gun, we're okay.
Is it going to be on Disney Plus? Then you're screwed.
Yeah, probably. Oh.
You're gonna die. What?
It's like, what'd you say, Frank? And just walks
Nothing. That was
away.
not me. It was my inner child. Okay,
Oh.
sir. Ain't no problem. Yeah.
Okay, with that being said, we have just a little bit of time left. So let's talk about this Xbox debacle.
All right.
All the nonsense. Because now you guys have brought up so much stuff that I'm like, all right, let's make a list of what we're going to talk about next time. Hopefully it's, not out of the news cycle too much. So we're trying to keep everything topical. So people, when they search for us, they'll actually watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, this Xbox thing has it's more Microsoft purchasing Activision than Sony going, wait a minute, you like trying to stop this happening, because it's like everyone's in kind of bed together with Activision,
Right.
All of
Yes.
these
Except for
franchises.
Nintendo.
Except
But now
for
Nintendo's sitting back saying, we'll take it.
But
Microsoft's
and,
take it,
yeah.
take it.
Well, I didn't, I don't want to jump the gun or anything, but isn't Microsoft kind of talking with Nintendo now too, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Basically, Microsoft is using Nintendo as a bargaining chip to allow the EU to let this deal go through. It looks like it's going through as of recording. Earlier today, I read an article that it said it looks like the UK is allowing it to go through. The EU, sorry. And the UK and all that's going to allow it to go through. But one thing they said, Nintendo doesn't matter because the Switch can't run Call of Duty.
They're going to try
But
to
that
change
also leads back to what we were talking about earlier. Because of that leak or that discussion, there was a leak about new hardware on Nintendo's end. And that's what has spurred the whole Switch 2 conversation.
Okay, I got
So
you.
it looks like Microsoft is using Nintendo as the bargaining chip to say, hey, we're going to put all of our stuff on Nintendo for so long, and then Sony, you'll get it for 10 years. And Sony's like, no, we want it forever. Blah, blah, blah. We don't want you. We hate you. Fight me, kind of thing.
And I know that a lot of Sony is in the EU. Like a lot of PlayStations are. They have I guess what you would call a market share of it. So they're essentially, they don't want them. They want to own their area.
Right.
I feel like that's part of what the whole issue is. And I think people are really sick of this whole thing too. People are all exhausted from it. Either let it go through or don't. I'm tired of hearing about it. Let's just get some new games trailers out there and see what stuff is coming in the future. We don't care about this stuff.
But the big thing is people are also tired about hearing about Microsoft buying this and buying that, buying this, and giving us nothing. What was the last game?
They're hogging all
Halo.
the IPs technically.
Halo was the last big exclusive, and it belly flopped because they released it, in a half-assed state.
Yeah, the latency started to get pretty bad. I would be playing and I'd shoot someone, and it was so bad. I was like, oh, I actually got that kill, because normally it hits, they die, and then the kill registers. It registered so far off from the initial shot that I was like, I might have to play this game once it's in a better state. Now I know they have a new season out too, but
which they added Shredder now.
Yeah, no, that's Call of Duty.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. Oops.
No, we're talking about Halo.
Oh, my bad.
But one
Dude,
of-
I thought we were talking about Call of Duty the whole time too.
no, but they did. Now I'm actually going to play Call of Duty because of Shredder.
Wait, is that out today?
No,
I
the
think so.
30th
No,
or
yeah.
20th.
I don't play a lot of Call of Duty, but
March
I've never
23rd,
paid
I think.
real money for anything in that game, but I will for that. That's not.
Yeah, I'll pay for
It looks
Shredder.
dope.
I don't care if I lose. I'll just
Have they showed
You know-
gameplay of him yet, or just? I just saw a couple
Just the-
screenshots,
yeah.
but they were
just
like
that trailer.
those screenshots were pretty shitty.
All
I
I'm
just
gonna
want to know
do-
if I just want to know if Shredder dies, do we hear Vanilla Ice sing in the background? Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
You have
I
to
mean,
do
I just
that
want
for your
that.
Deathcom. If you die, you
I just
have
want
to have
that.
that song playing in the
I
back.
want it.
Mine
I
is
want
just
it.
at the beginning of every match. I'm going to go. I will now finish what I began with your ear, and then that's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do.
Urukusaki, you die.
That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
That should be fun.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down.
And we
I
still
haven't
go
played
back
COD
to
in a
Ninja
while.
Turtles. We still go back to Ninja Turtles.
Always.
So yeah, I to be honest, I'm just over it. Just like you said, I think I'm just tired of it. Maybe once it gets done, we'll actually see some games. But we've got out of all of this nonsense that's been going on, we still don't have games. And Starfield got pushed back again. Redfall looks like butt. It looks like Left 4 Dead. From Wish.com kind of thing.
Oh, boy.
And
Some
then
saggy cheeks. Okay.
You know what? When I initially saw the trailer to that, like a while ago, I was like, I was like, no.
I was like,
looked at and
it
I was
looks
just like,
worse than Back for Blood.
And Back for Blood, I really wanted to enjoy, and I was streaming
So did
that for
I.
a little
Yeah,
while.
that was
I
fun.
actually-
I
It was
remember.
fun.
I was actually watching when you did that, and I'm like, if it wasn't you, I would have been like, oh my god, I'm bored.
It's like to Elijah, you remember when you and Internet Apocalypse bought it, and you're like, Joey, you got to get it, and then I fucking bought it, and then the day I bought it, you both stopped playing. That was great.
Wow.
There needed, like, it was, I forgot which version that
I
came
played
out.
by myself like I'm fucking Steven Glansberg, dude. It fucking sucked.
The difficulty on that game is
I
quite
feel your pain.
impressive. Like, you can't play that game on regular. You just
No.
can't. It's and they never fixed that, and that's fine. So the game does offer a challenge, and the little abilities with the cards and everything like that is cool. I think Internet Apocalypse and I finished it, or we're almost done with the main. But I mean, that game came out like.
Is that
3
the dude
years
that you're always playing with?
Oh, Potato Head. I play with that kid
Okay.
with Apex and.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I can't do Apex. I really tried. I
It's a
just can't.
hard one, dude.
It-
It's a hard game.
And the thing is, since I play on console, playing against PC players is just not fun because spawn headshot done. I'm like, all right, never mind.
We one night he and I were playing when the new season started, like on a Wednesday night, and we just kept dropping and getting destroyed, just constantly. And I said, and this went on for almost a half an hour. I'm like, dude, you know what?
There's only
Can't
a
do
amount of butt pain I could take, and that's
Yeah.
that'll just be it right there. I'm done.
Just made a
I-
note.
from what I've seen,
10:30 on a
You
Wednesday.
can take a
don't
lot of
play
butt
that
pain.
game. Dude, like in
Butt
Apex,
pain.
sometimes I do really well. Sometimes I'm playing with people that have been playing. Even in Call of Duty, some of these people I team up with, these guys have been playing the Call of Duty franchise for over 10 years, 15 years. I only started to get into shooters like 3 years ago. I am so behind. So
Don't worry, I'm with you.
I've actually stopped playing shooters. I used to play Halo all the time. I was part of the team that would play Halo 2 online that started what is now called SWAT. You know the mode
I
SWAT?
love the SWAT mode, dude. That's
Okay.
all I play on Halo.
Me and a group of friends, we started this. We're playing it online. We called it Golden Gun. Was it Golden Gun? I think so. But someone from Microsoft came to the guy who was the leader of our team and said, hey, can we take this? Can we use this as an actual game mode? And the guy went, sure, no problem. And
I would
they
have been
just
sure.
renamed
You
it
want to hire
SWAT.
me for a job? Like
I didn't know until he told me about the email. And then I was like,
damn.
okay.
There was a big missed
Yeah.
opportunity there for
Yeah,
everybody
big-
involved.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but
I'd be like,
The thing
sure,
is,
for
they
a
didn't reach out
contract.
to me because the two of us played half as much as the other two, but we still played. I was playing every night, but they would play like 4 or 5 hours. I would play only like 2. So they went to the guy who was actually the leader of the squad too, because back then you had the squads and everything. So
Bastards.
they went to him, and is what it is. But hey, that's my claim to Halo fame.
Nice.
So,
Hey.
Didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
but yeah. So it looks like we're all just kind of tired of it, and so is everybody else. So how about we use the last 10 minutes to just BS about whatever you guys want, because we've got 10 minutes left. What do you guys want to talk about? We can just go on and just talk about nothing, or just say, hey, I've got a Resident Evil business card holder. Just
Hey, that's pretty clever.
Well, I do want to bring up something, and it was the Ninja Turtles in the beginning. I didn't really get to say anything, to be honest. I was kind of quiet about it, but I just want to say, Joey,
You have a whole video on it.
I know, but okay. So Joey, you're absolutely right about the whole thing with Donatello. I was one that was like, why? But
No, that wasn't
After-
Click, because I wasn't complaining about it. I admit.
no. That you called it out. You're like, I know there's a lot of people complaining
Yeah,
about Donnie.
yeah.
I'm one of those dick bastards. So, but here's my redemption though. I watched the video like maybe 7 more times during the days, even from the day when it came out to the following day, to a point where I actually liked it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe everybody was right. Maybe it's a pure, like a pre-puberty type of thing. He maybe dropped his turtle nuts afterwards. Like, hey, what's going on? Afterwards, who knows? He just might. My only
They're
thing.
teenage, right? They could be 19. They could be 13, dude.
I think
That's
they're
right.
13.
Oh, he could probably
They're
have that
13.
whole the little kid like, hey man, you know that it goes up and down afterwards.
Yeah.
I'll dig it. I'll wait for that.
Yeah.
Now the only thing, or actually a couple things that I have with this is April. That she's young too. I thought she should be older in the news reporter.
She's shaped like a turtle.
What?
Yeah, look at the artwork. Look at the character design.
I'm gonna have to take a look at it one more
She's
time.
Like a turtle. That was one of the
I'm
big
gonna have
things
to.
I was watching. I can't remember what video. It was a comic book guy who's he does Inglorious Rex.
Mhm.
It's an independent comic. He used to work for, I think, Marvel and DC. But he was talking about it, and he pointed out, and I was like, oh my god, she's shaped like a turtle. She's short and fat. And I was like,
Whoa.
I didn't notice it until he did the freeze frame. I'm like, that's a little weird. Okay, you know, I get the whole the whole thing with Hollywood. They hate us gingers. Hey, I've got a red beard for you, and you know, whatever. I can see past that. But why is she short and fat?
Well, they're going
Of
to
all
be
things,
changing a bunch of stuff.
Well,
You
but
really think
that's what
so?
I'm trying to get to though, because I thought she should be a news reporter older than them, because that's when they kind of like get to her. They're like, oh man, she's older, she's cool, she's a reporter, blah 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 blah. But then there's more talks that she could probably be a young YouTuber and doing this little broadcast, you know, a Channel 12 type of YouTube page. Who knows? It could be that.
Okay,
Could be
Now-
that. But you got to understand, kids nowadays growing up, like they want to be YouTubers. That's what they want to
yeah.
do.
And that's why I was like,
They're gonna
okay, I could probably
do
let that
to make
slide.
it Relatable.
Also,
Yeah.
there's a lot of variations of Turtles where April's not a reporter whatsoever.
Right.
Oh,
See,
I-
that doesn't
See, I'm
bother me.
not- I
as
don't know
much.
about that part.
Yeah,
I don't.
that
I just
doesn't
go
bother
back
me
from
as
the old
much.
school stuff. That's
Sure.
why.
Sure,
Why
sure.
is she a child too? Because they already did the whole child thing in 2012. And why is she short and stubby? Why is she? the
I'll be
same
honest. If you
size?
think
That's
about it
weird.
now, it's kind of creepy if she's a fucking adult fucking woman hanging out with 4 teenagers, right? Like
true.
it's fucking creepy.
It gets scary. You're absolutely right about that.
like you don't
Very
think
good
about that in
point.
the '87 cartoon because like even if I watch it now, that would probably never cross my mind. But think about that now, in the world that we live in, where that's fucked, right? Like
No,
you gotta-
and you're absolutely right. Or I could take it, you know, maybe my optimistic brain, how I always do. There's a little thing for that. She could probably be a nanny, like, you know, a guidance, kind of like Splinter, but kind of like, hey guys, you know, this is the real world out here. You guys got to hold back. Watch out. Don't do this. Watch out. I want to record this. Hide over there. Type of thing. But being that this is a new movie, I'm willing to accept it to see what's going to happen. I really want to see. Now, my actual scare is who the producers are. And the producers is Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and James Weaver. They work together, and they made movies like Sausage Party and all the other freaking
They made a lot more
pretty
than
much
that, yeah.
all the other movies they've done together. Now,
Yeah.
the only shining light that I see in this thing is the director, who is Jeff Rowe, who's done, you know, pretty much like the show Gravity Falls, and also the one movie I think that's actually pretty phenomenal. If you guys have not watched it, it's called The Mitchells versus the Machines.
No.
It's pretty. He's directed it. I thought I was like, what the hell? My daughter want to watch, and we sat as a family here and watched it. And I have to tell you that it is the funniest fun movie I've ever seen. It's so cool. You'll like the whole art style that it has. It's really nice. Good for kids. So that's the only thing I would probably say. At least that's giving me like, okay, maybe it'll be a good movie. I want to give it a shot. You know, I like to be optimistic, and the movie has grown to me. I love the art style. I love the way it looks. It just little things like that scares me. Plus the fact that there's a big cast in there and big names of who they're going to be, like Leatherface and stuff like that. So I'm like, how are you going to put all those characters in there?
That's what I was going to say. I was like, why? Have you seen the voice actor for Leatherhead?
Yes, it's a lady.
Have you seen the toy?
No. Oh yeah, it's a big gator.
Yeah, it's a big dude, and this is a woman who looks like a model, and I'm like,
She probably does like Vegeta's voice or something, yeah, or something type of thing. I mean, I'm going to give him that choice.
All the other versions of Leatherhead that we've had before, whether it be the original, the 2012, anything, I don't. That's the only thing that made me go. And then we've got
What do you
John
mean? What do you
Cena
mean
in it.
though? What's the problem with having? I don't understand.
No, I don't know how she's going to sound like Leatherhead that has been in every variation.
I
And
think
if
he's
you
from the
compare it
Bayou,
to
right?
toy-
These are actors, though, man. I mean, like they can, like it'd be like the same thing if you ever saw Nancy Cartwright and you're like, this is Bart Simpson. You know what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
Well,
funny,
I think
though.
the
That's
bigger
funny.
thing to bring up is the voice actor for Linda Belcher for Bob's Burgers.
I've never
It's
watched Bob's
a guy.
Okay.
What?
Oh,
If you
Bob's
s-
Burgers is hilarious, dude.
Bob's
God,
Burgers
I
is
didn't
great.
know this, dude.
It's
It's
just
ridiculous.
I've never seen this woman act before. I've never
Sure.
heard of her.
Yeah.
So I just know, all right, this has been Leatherhead in the past. This is what the
Oh.
new toy looks like.
I know who this lady is. Okay, Leatherface. Oh, guy. Okay, that guy.
Leatherhead.
Okay, it's gonna be the voice actor is gonna be Rose Byrne. She's one of the main actors from the movie Bridesmaid. She's hilarious, but keep on. I just wanted to put that 2 cents in there. Sorry.
I don't know how she's going to get that Cajun raspy gator thing. How he's always
My
been
worry is
portrayed.
my
I think
worry
that's
won't be
my
the
point
voice
again,
most.
man, is like they can do whatever they want. He doesn't have to be even from the fucking swamp anymore, or like Cajun. You're like, who knows what they're gonna do?
Well,
I get you.
Again, I'm going by the toy model. It looks
Sure.
exactly.
Yeah, he definitely looks like it. You're right. Yeah.
That's what's gonna boggle my mind. And we haven't seen Ray Fillet either, who is tattoo face guy. What's his name?
Post Malone.
Yeah, there you go.
That two-faced guy.
Okay.
I
Sure,
mean,
no
there's a
problem.
lot, but look, like there's a thing. There's a lot of pretty much big actors here. We have Ice Cube playing Superfly. We have John Cena playing Rocksteady. Awesome. We have Giancarlo
Seth Rogen's
Esposito.
team up. That was a mistake.
Giancarlo Esposito. He's gonna be Baxter Stockman. And you know, there's gonna be a lot of big characters here that they're gonna put in this one movie that we're gonna be starstruck, maybe,
Or
we're gonna be like
really interesting where they take the direction, and I really want to. I think it'll be a good thing to like get something a little bit newer. Like we'll see what they do with like the ooze and stuff like that. I do want to
that
say
whole ooze bit that was kind of funny.
well,
in that trailer, the
I
whole
remember
ooze
the one thing from the Michael Bay movies was like, and I think I said something in the theater to Ninja Toitles. I'm like, wait a minute, like the Splinter learned how to do kung fu from an instruction booklet on how to do kung fu.
Yep.
Right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
phenomenal.
And I
Chef's
was
kiss.
like, that's really lazy, man. I was hoping for something because the backstory about Splinter is so rich in Japanese history and things like
Yes.
that. Like, it's so cool. But
He learned it from Master Yoshi, which I was like, all right, what happened?
Completely just like, well, I have
learned
instruction booklet on how to play
The
kung
ooze helped
fu
me
and taught it to
read.
the turtles. I'm like,
Wait, what? The ooze help you read?
I just
You
hope
learn how
that
to read?
that the story that they bring out is a bit more creative than that, and that's what I'm
But
hoping.
and
and
one other
potentially
thing, I know
looking
I'm just playing devil's advocate the whole time. You got to remember too, they don't have to do a backstory,
Mhm.
right?
That's
like,
true.
Like we're all thinking that's going to happen because that's the same fucking formula they always do. Is all right, fucking how did this start? Oh, they were in a pet store, then they do this. Like they could be smart and go into like a Spider-Man, like Homecoming, or is Homecoming the first one?
Yeah.
Where you
Homecoming.
don't need a backstory, right? Or like the new Batman, right? The Rob Pattinson one. Like you don't need to find out how they became. Who knows? They may just start like, boom, this is where they're at.
Okay.
They might
I
allude
like the
to it.
Robert Pattinson one. Fell asleep in it, but what movie theater do we go to that I don't fall asleep in?
That was actually pretty cool.
I don't
You're
like
fucking
Robert
romantic
Pattinson, so
movies.
I didn't watch it.
Did a good job.
I cannot stand him as a.
Are you
I wouldn't
kidding
even
me,
call
dude?
him an actor, as a guy
Oh my
who's
God,
they
dude,
film
this
on
is-
TV.
All right,
But
we're
I feel
doing
the
an
same
episode
thing about
on
Christian
Robert
Bale.
Pattinson.
I can't stand Christian Bale either. So
Where is he?
I'm not wearing hockey.
Batman. That's how I move. I'm Batman.
Stiff neck.
Oh, yeah, mine's still
But-
Michael Keaton. So
But I just want to say, before we do end the stuff, Joey, if I ruffled your feathers, man, with some of the voice things, man,
no,
my
dude, no. I just
you
want-
know,
dude, are you
I-
kidding me? This is fun, dude.
no, is that I
This
felt
is-
bad. I'm
this
like,
is
I don't
why
want to
we're
ruffle
all
their
here.
feathers. Just kind of like, just want to talk about it. And I just saw you kind of getting serious about like, well, the voice. I'm like, ah, shit. I'm sorry, dude. I did not mean
Oh, I
to.
wasn't even paying attention to that, dude. You're fine, man.
No problem, man.
You're all good, dude.
this is what we're all getting together, giving our opinion, and we're all respectable about it. We are respectable about it. No.
Just like, yeah, sure. God, no.
No, so Punisher 305's not here this episode. He won't be here ever again. No. That's it. The camera's just going to be like that every episode.
Just
Well,
panned
turn
out,
it
little
off,
fly
turn it
going
off,
around me.
turn
1 hour later, he's already decomposing in front of everybody. Yeah, of course. It
it off.
happens.
1 hour later, your skin's melting off.
Just
There
all
we
there.
go. So, thank you guys so much for being here on this inaugural episode of Ready to Start. Yes, RedE2Start. Hopefully, everybody can pronounce that, because you did bring up a very good point about that, Gabe. You brought up a very good point. Because some people, you are right.
Just those are gonna be those. We're gonna have those few. They're gonna be like, ready to start. What is this? What's ready to start? Say it louder, Chuck. Ready to start. Ready to start.
It can evolve, okay? It
Uh-huh.
can evolve.
It takes him 20 minutes to pronounce it.
And then he just sits there in the toilet taking a fat one. Oh, ready to start. Oh God, this hurts. Got it.
So, should I tell the story about how I came up with the name? Should
Yes,
I?
please. It's
I was in
very,
the
it's
shower.
very lovely.
I was in the shower and I was like thinking about it, and I'm like, hey, it just popped into my head. And if you guys know the old PlayStation "You Are Not Ready"
Oh, yeah.
with the red E, but I was like, you know what? People aren't going to remember that because a lot of them weren't even born back then. Or, I was like, hey, it is Red Bandana Gaming, so let me just play off of that. And then the ClickToEnlarge, because which one of your accounts has the 2 in it? Is that the Instagram
My Instagram is ClickToEnlarge. My
with the
Twitch is
2, right? Yeah.
with the TO. Yeah.
Which
And
is
then
the one which is your one that has the 2 in it?
It used to be none has the number 2 in it. None of them.
I thought you had one that had a number 2 in it.
Oh, like what was tricky is with trying to change my YouTube channel between Nick. It was like originally Nick Duel, then it was like Nick Duel Official, and then I was able to change it. Now you can do youtube.com/@ClickToEnlarge now. So they added that. So now it's that, which doesn't help my cause, but
I could have sworn one of them had a 2 in it, but the 2 was because of you. And then Miami Geeks, sorry, there was just nowhere that I could fit anything. And then
That's right.
I realized after
That's
I
what she
designed the
said.
logo, it looked
Well
wow. Not
put.
everybody.
well, he said it before I was, so
I beat everybody to the punch on that one.
I at first I looked at what I had designed for the logo, and I thought GameStop, and then I went, no, that's Resident Evil 2 remake. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave it. I got the little
and we can
PlayStation.
talk about the new 4, the 4 coming out. Before we get topic for another conversation.
Oh yeah, but
I
someone's
agree.
got to buy it. I've got too many games.
I have
That's
too many
my
games.
problem.
I'm passing on day one.
I got too many bills.
Bills, I still have plenty of those and still have too many games. Oh my god, but that's a
Lucky.
topic for another episode. But thank you guys so much. I guess we'll end it here. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you for watching this. And before I close this out, I will say the first few episodes will be pre-recorded because as of right now, if you can't tell, this is pre-recorded. So eventually we are going to go live. If you guys watch this enough and like this enough and don't I don't care if you hate us, as you're still watching it. That's all that matters. We will go live. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Gabe, for joining us here and being part of Ready to Start. And like we always say, do you guys have anything to say before I close this out?
Thanks for having us. This was fun, and I hope we can continue doing this.
I hope you guys like us.
Toitles.com. Hit it up.
Yeah. Oh, where can everybody find you before we close out? Tell everybody where they can find you individually. I will list it in the description as well.
Go ahead, Ninja Toitles.
At Ninja Toitles, Instagram, YouTube, the TikToks, all that, and then definitely please check me out at ninjatoitles.com for all the gear that I got in the store.
Yeah. Click to enlarge for all my stuff, and Nick Duel Official or Click to Enlarge for YouTube. Twitch is also Click to Enlarge. Stop by, say hi.
All right. For Instagram, just Miami Geek. They couldn't give me the S because some bastard took that S from me. But Miami Geek on Instagram, and on YouTube, just Miami Geeks. You can't miss it. A little robot there with the little chain. You can't miss the guy. He's adorable. I love him.
So thank you guys so much. Again, you know me. You're on the channel. You're watching it now. Remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video so you can get more of these episodes, and then follow each and every one of these guys. Link in the description. And I'm going to end this just like I end all my other channel videos. Thank you guys so much. Again, hit that subscribe button, and like we always say, be legendary.
Peace.
Thanks again.